Development hell is when you have a system and basically what's happening is you have a bug, it gets fixed, and that introduces another bug, and then you fix that, but that introduces two other bugs, and then maybe you fix those, but then other bugs have now appeared, and you're constantly finding that you just constantly have your development team just constantly fixing bugs. Now, development hell is always caused by having a bad team. And they can create a project from scratch, they can rewrite it from scratch, and it doesn't matter. You're still going to end up in development hell. When you are in development hell, you just have to start with a new team, a better, more experienced, qualified team. There's a lot of teams out there, they talk a big game, but then they don't know how to actually do what they're supposed to do, right? And so we've taken over projects from other teams that had put their clients in development hell. Like they work with them for years and years and years, can't ship a product, or if they do ship a product, it just constantly has problems, constantly fixing bugs all the time, never making progress. That is not how it should be. How it should be is you build a system and then it just basically, you're going to have some initial debugging periods and whatever, some things happen, but there might be like, one or two bugs sort of that crop up per month, and then after a while, there shouldn't be basically any problems ongoing. Like I said, maybe one every month, one every quarter, something like that, right? Not every single day there's a new issue. Every single day we're fixing another fire. You're putting out another fire. That's development hell, and that is means basically you got to get a new team. And sometimes you have to get a new system too. We've tried to inherit projects that were poorly built. Depends on how bad the project is. That you may have to find that starting from scratch may be cheaper in the long run. I know that lots of times what teams want to do is, well, can you just fix these issues? Yeah, sure. But a lot of times we fix those and they were actually hidden other bugs that were never found, never seen because they never got that far, right? And so once you fix this bug, it uncovers some other problems, maybe some fundamental problems, and it might just be better to start from scratch. So it always depends on the system we get, whether we want to do a rewrite or not. That's part of the initial assessment. But in the end, you want to get to the same place, which is you have a system that is stable. Yeah, there might be an issue that crops up here or there once a month, three times a month at most, kind of thing. But beyond that, it should just work, right? And if it's hosted with a stable provider, like we use Google App Engine, for example, which is how Google hosts their own websites, it's a very stable system. Very rarely will you have any problems. And if you do, usually we resolve them within an hour, kind of thing, if it is something. Or sometimes what happens, like we get a call, and then by the time we even start looking at it, Google's already solved it because it was a Google issue, right? So, anyway, development hell is you just constantly are fixing bugs, even for months and years, and you're just constantly in that state, and you can't add new features, you can't move on.